Shalom. This week's Sedra is Sedra's Vaera. Look around you. Chances are that most of the people you see are suffering. They might not have pain on their faces, but only because they hide it so well. Everyone has some sort of pain, trouble, or challenge they're currently suffering. If they shared it, you might not think it's so bad, but to them, the pain is overwhelming. This week's Torah portion begins with the Jewish people in tremendous pain, and the ramifications are disastrous for them. To understand, we need to look back at last week's Torah portion. At the end of last week's Torah portion, Moshe had demanded Paro let the Jewish people go free. Instead of giving them their freedom, Paro declared, "The Egyptian taskmasters shall no longer provide the Jewish people with straw for making bricks. Let them go and gather straw for themselves. Impose on them the same quota as bricks as they had been making until now. Do not reduce it, for they are shirkers. That's why they cry, 'Let us go and sacrifice to our God.' Let heavier work be given to the men. Let them keep it and not pay attention to deceitful promises." Our Torah portion begins with the Jews suffering this new decree. God said to Moshe, "I have heard the moaning of the Jewish people, and I have remembered my covenant. Tell the Jews that I am the Lord. I will free you from the labors of the Egyptians and deliver you from their bondage. I will redeem you with an outstretched arm, and through extraordinary means I will take you to be my people, and I will be your God. And you shall know that I am your God who freed you from the labors of the Egyptians. I will bring you into the land which I swore to give to Abram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov." But when Moshe told this to the Jews, they would not listen to Moshe. Their spirits were crushed by cruel bondage. Our scholars have 5 different ways of understanding the phrase, "the Jews would not listen to Moshe," and each way teaches a different lesson. Rashi explained the phrase to mean that the Jewish people wouldn't accept condolences from Moshe. Rashbam understood it to mean that although the Jewish people originally believed Moshe, that he was there to free them, they lost faith in him. Ibn Ezra understood it to mean that the Jewish people didn't even pay attention to Moshe, while the Chizukni understood the Jews to be too scared to listen, and the Sforno, our last opinion, said it was impossible for the Jews to contemplate Moshe's words. Each of these scholars are teaching a different message about how suffering manifests itself in people's lives. All the scholars understood that the Jewish people couldn't deal with Moshe's words of comfort, but they disagreed about what was preventing them from listening. Rashi, who explained the phrase to mean that the Jewish people wouldn't accept condolences from Moshe, taught that people in pain can't listen to the comforting words of others. The pain is just too much. Rashbam understood that although the Jewish people originally believed Moshe, that he was there to free them, they lost faith in him because people in pain have trouble believing those who made promises but didn't come through. Ibn Ezra understood the Jewish people didn't even pay attention to Moshe because people in pain can't focus on others no matter how good their intentions might be. Chizukni understood the Jews to be too scared to listen because, like a wounded animal, people in pain become primal and rely on fear to carry them through their challenges. Sforno said it was impossible for the Jews to contemplate Moshe's words because people suffering cannot think straight. They can only feel their pain. This week's Torah portion and the debate between our scholars teaches us a great deal about Jewish people's experiences. There is more than meets the eye, though. This week's Torah portion teaches a great deal about the pain of those suffering. We must be attuned to that suffering and allow people to experience it, not try to bring them out too hastily. Sometimes our best intentions are to help people in pain, but we have to understand where they're coming from. And sometimes our words aren't going to be what does it. Their pain is just too much. Shabbat Shalom.